Hello YouTube, hope you guys are having a good day. Haley and I are on the way to go inside the Marketplace Vendor Mall where our booth is to take a bunch of stuff out of our double booth in the back because we are closing it down, unfortunately. But the good news is that we're not leaving the vendor mall altogether. We're going to talk with the store manager and see if we can maybe get a single booth near the front of the store, or maybe like a really good shelf along the front of the store wall. I don't know, I feel like the double booth in the back has not been working for us, so we need to change some things a little bit. Thank you so much. Haley, can you scan this for me and see if it rings up? I hope it does.
$7.
So, it works. I was so we're putting some of our soap in the new booth wherever we end up with it, and instead of having to print separate labels for like the ingredients and the address of the manufacturer and the price, I incorporated the barcode into the same label. But whenever you change the size of a barcode and stuff, sometimes that can be a little wonky, but that means that it works, so crisis averted. So this is like the front of the store, which is where I think a lot of the traffic comes to when you first get in here. They've got like a little bargain bin here and like some middle shelves, these first booths, but all these are obviously taken. And this is like the shelf along the wall. This shelf system expands all the way around this perimeter. And there are some available over there. Well, that one says new vendor coming soon, so maybe that one's already taken. But I was hoping to get one of these shelves, because this, like, no matter how many times we come here, we always walk down this wall, and I feel like a lot of other people do as well.
I do like the shelves too, like the 5 rows, and you kind of have a good amount of space in between each one, so you can put a little bit bigger items if you wanted. But also, if we're going to try to do like soap and maybe like hot sauce and stuff, and just like eye level, boom, right there.
This middle shelf right here is perfect.
Yeah.
Also, these shelves are a lot cheaper currently. I think we're paying a different price because we were one of the first vendors here, so we got a little bit cheaper. But our double booth in the back is $200 a month. I think normally it's like $125 per booth, so normally it's $250. But a shelf, last I checked, a shelf was like $60 a month or so. So it would save us more than half of our monthly fees, and I think we could still fit a ton of stuff, you know, on a shelf like this.
And we could still maybe pick up like slightly bigger items that we potentially don't want to ship, and we could still put it on the shelf instead of like having to fill up the double booth, which neither one of us have time to do anymore. That's
or the interest, to be honest. Like I mean, Whatnot's working really well for us, and so the booth is just kind of like a creative outlet, and I just don't want to feel stressed trying to worry about stocking the booth all the time. And I'm sure Haley feels the same way.
Yes,
it's been very stressful. But since none of these shelves are available, our only other option is this right here, which I don't know how much they charge us for it, but it's still in this front of the store right here. It's still got eye level shelves. It goes all the way around, which is kind of nice. I don't know. I feel like it could be good. But I'm like, what's the difference though? What's the difference between this and a shelf right there, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think none of these people have moved. Like these.
Yeah.
This is like good space. A couple of them have, I think.
There was one guy up here that moved. Mavi has been here for a while.
This is our friend Mavi that we get all the purses from at the flea market, and she does really well. And she's been here since the beginning too.
Yeah, she's been here at least over a year or so.
Yeah.
They had a 3D printed booth that was down here, and they moved. I'm not sure how this Sensoriella, she makes these like sensory boxes for kids and stuff. Oh, I guess adults too. She's a newer seller. This has only been here the last couple months.
Yeah.
A lot of cool stuff. But I just think there's somebody commented in our last booth video we made and said that they think that having a booth in the back of the store is not beneficial for us, which I agree with. But my thought process behind getting a booth in the back was to help other vendors. I was hoping that when people come here to see our booth, they would have to walk by everybody else's booth to get to ours. But now I'm realizing that maybe they're not making it all the way back. We got soap.
We have soap competition.
Gosh, soap competition.
And they're $5.
Our soap is bigger than hers though, so that's good. We're gonna go take a look at how our current booth looks. I don't think it'll look good. I haven't checked our sales recently. I think we've sold a couple things. Looks about like I thought it would look. Nobody's bought this. I found this is like a wine opener, like the most complicated wine bottle opener in the world. I found it at Goodwill for like 15 bucks. I thought for sure somebody would want it. It's been here since we started, like a year and a half or so.
No, it hasn't been here that long, but it's been here a while.
It's from like Pier 1 or something. No, Pottery Barn. It's from Pottery Barn, and at Pottery Barn it's like $350. So we put it in here for $100 and nobody bought it. So now it's all the way down to $35 and still nobody wants it. It is a very peculiar item, so I
Peculiar,
guess
for
I'm
sure.
not super surprised. One thing I just thought about is that we have this shelf here that we got in a storage unit. We put it at the front of our booth. I wonder what they would charge us just to like put this shelf at the front of the store, like somewhere up there.
There's not a lot of like floor space up there. That would be my biggest concern.
I just like the big shelf up there. We just don't have enough stuff right now, I guess, to fill it. I mean, maybe we will.
We can put some of
don't
this
know.
stuff up there, I guess. But
I just feel like the smaller space we have available to stock, the less stressful it would be.
yes.
So it's the next day. We've come back to finish clearing out our booth. We loaded up the car with a bunch of stuff. We also left a few things in our booth, and we put everything 75% off. So that should get all that cleared out. And then good news is that Fred, the store coordinator, has found us a shelf on the front wall. It's right over there. We were just here yesterday, so I guess this person moved out just then. But it's perfect. N4, new shelf space, and there's an outlet down there, which makes it even better. So then we can put stuff, put some big stuff up top. Like, and the shelves are pretty big. Like, we can actually fit like a good amount of stuff on here.
Big like vases, big like things that maybe we really like, we want to sell, but we can't ship.
I think maybe these two shelves will be the soap shelves, and then we'll put some random stuff at the bottom, maybe some bigger stuff up here, and then I don't know what we'll put up top. The problem with up top is like most people can't reach it. Most people have asked for assistance or something. And here's what our booth looks like currently. We took the sign down. Oh my gosh, it's so sad. These tables, if these tables are still here when we come back next time, I'm gonna be shocked. These are like, I think they're originally $800 a piece. We have them listed for $350 for the set, and it's 75% off. So I think it's like $87 or something for two of them. Somebody better grab those. The Ray Dunn stuff, we sold that thing.
The big one that was over here, we'll put like a screenshot or something up there. That we're actually taking home, and we're gonna put our collections on them. So I'm really excited to bring that to our house, and then we can organize everything and then show you guys later.
Haley has a bunch of Legos and Funko Pops and all sorts of cool stuff. We're excited. It is kind of sad though, the end of an era. So it's been, I don't know, 3 or 4 days since we've been here. We are finally stocking our new shelf. I have 6 of the Harry Torrent hot sauces, the new labels with Moe's and Stanley on them. How cute. And then we have 5 cents. I don't know. We'll explain more.
We are also going in here to check like the remaining of our stuff that's in our double booth. And so we actually put a 75% off sale on everything that was currently in the booth, including like the furniture that was in the booth. So we'll go see what has sold since then, and hopefully the rest of it will sell before they kick us out of that space.
Hopefully. I think we're gonna put the soap like on this shelf, since this is like where the eyes go, and then the other shelves will be filled. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see how the hot sauce is. This shelf might just be hot sauce and soap. If the hot sauce does really well in the booth, maybe we'll do a whole shelf of hot sauce down here. And then the bottom and all the other shelves will just be like random, tchotchke stuff, the small items that we were selling in the booth. Because the small stuff did sell. Like our average selling price in the booth was probably like $12 or something. So the cheap small stuff that people can easily pick up and like carry around the store with them was selling really well. Whereas like the big, chunky, bulky stuff never sold. I don't think we ever sold like a big item at all. But maybe we sold some furniture. We'll have to go check on it. Can't believe nobody's bought these yet.
Wow. It's pretty empty.
It is pretty empty. I thought for sure somebody would buy these though. These were originally $800 a piece, and they're on sale $86 for the pair of them. So $43 a piece. And they've been here for 5 days. I don't know.
Crazy. We do have some stuff that's sold though. Like that is sold. The big box in the back is sold. Yeah, and we had like that whole table was pretty much full.
Yeah, somebody finally bought that big wine opener thing, the little wine
Oh,
corker.
nice! I didn't see that.
Yeah, it sold for like $12. So I don't know. If these, I don't want to lower the price on these anymore. I feel like
I think we're gonna take these home with us.
Them than sell them for less.
We can put them in our
$86.
guest bedroom or like upstairs or something. We can definitely find some place to put them. At least for now.
Mid-century, solid walnut, very, very nice tables.
So I think the reason these tables hadn't sold yet is because the price tag on them still said $350. And even though the whole booth was 75% off, I don't think people really cared enough to do the mental arithmetic to see what the price of the tables were after that discount. So I added a handwritten sign to the tables that said $100 for the pair, great price. And I think this worked. Even though I technically increased the price by about $15 or so, the tables actually sold for $100 the very next day. So clearly the sign worked, and the 75% off sale didn't work because I think it's just too much work for people to figure out on their own.
One of the ideas that I had that I've run past some people and whatnot, and they all think it's a pretty good idea, is to sell our soap the same way that Crumble Cookies sells their cookies each week. So if you guys don't know, Crumble Cookies has a ton of different flavors, but every week there's only like 5 to choose from. That's the weekly flavors, and they're only there for that week. So if you can check their website like every Monday and see what the flavors are, and then if you don't get there by the following Sunday, then you lose those flavors until the next time they come back. So it creates kind of like a scarcity mindset. And I think if we do that same method with our soaps, like, hey, these soaps will be here from February 4th to February 11th or whatever the dates are, it makes people like, oh, if you like it, you better get it now, because I don't know when we're going to come back and restock, you know. And I think we do have enough scents available for us to be able to constantly have a new stream of 5 scents every week. It might work, might not, we'll see.
We also talked about doing like limited drops based on like holidays. So today is actually February 4th, but next week is Valentine's Day. So we have actually 5 scents picked out that are like Valentine's themed. We've got like pink sugar, strawberries and champagne, a couple other ones. So we're really excited about that, to do like really limited, like fun drops that people are going to be looking for. Like people are going to be looking for Valentine's stuff next week, which I think that'll work for this business plan.
There's also a soap scent called like Field of Clovers or something like that. That could be for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember the last thing that we filmed because we've been running around like chickens with our head chopped off here. But I think this is going to be the final form of this single shelf for today. We have little pyramids set up, which are structurally sound. We get a little sign. I logged in the Canva on the back computer, made this. This is just like describing. I mean, you guys can pause the video and read it if you want. The soap here is $7 a bar. When we sell in a Whatnot, we do a lot of 3 for $15 starting price, and usually people get up to like $17 to $18 and they can choose 3 cents. So it's about the same here because you don't have to pay shipping, but we still do have to pay fees. So we just want to get to where we're at least like netting around $5 to $6 per bar after fees. And so we can also learn, you know, if we leave this here for a week and we don't sell anything, then we know that $7 is too much. The hot sauce is here. The hot sauce is in at $9, which is the same price we have it on. Around the same price as eBay and Whatnot. I think it's $8 on eBay. Actually, I took them off of eBay because we sold all the old ones. These are the new logos. I think I've already showed you this video. They're just so cute. Look, little ceiling there. Anyway, I'm getting off track.
Josh is obsessed.
Shout out our friend Mobby down there. She bought a hot sauce.
Yes. She was like, I gotta have one. So she had the first one from our booth.
I'm excited. We have plenty of other space too to put other stuff. And just because it's like below eye level or above eye level, I mean, you can still see stuff. You just have to be kind of strategic on what you actually put in here. We'll go through our warehouse when we get home and try to find things that would make sense to put the different shelves. But I think this shelf, not distract from this.
Yeah.
So I'm picturing like a big old like vintage like wooden box, you know, that takes up this whole space. That's kind of leaned back a little bit, filled with that like shaved stuff. We can make a nicer sign that basically says the same thing that goes in there, and then fill the back with hot sauce, and then the whole front could be soap.
And we were saying like the Valentine's, we can make a Valentine's sign. We can make a better sign. Josh took so much time to make this, and then we were walking up here, and he was like, I forgot the price, and there's no price on these at all. So we just had to write 7 on there.
It's fine.
It works for now.
It works for now. So we'll see. We'll keep up with the sales this week. Again, all the soap has the same barcode, so I won't be able to tell like online at least which one people are buying. But when we come back next week and see what's missing, that will give us an idea. You know, if nobody bought I think this is like a green tea and lemon. You know, if nobody buys that the whole week, but all the other ones sell out, that tells us, hey, we probably shouldn't sell that one anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to get some accurate data because we sell a lot of soap on Whatnot. We've sold probably over 500 bars on Whatnot in the last month or so. But it's really just based on like us recommending it to people because obviously they can't smell it for themselves. People are liking it and they're leaving us positive reviews about it. But I really like that people can come here, smell it, look at it for themselves, and make their own choice about which soap they want. So we'll see. So I spent the last 5 or 10 minutes kind of walking around the warehouse, and this is just the first batch of stuff that I think would be good to add to the shelf that we have at the vendor mall. You know, small little dishes like this. We've sold a lot of these before. Again, stuff that's easy to pick up and take with them. Some of these African gourd bowls or something. That's kind of interesting. We could also put stuff in items like this vintage wooden Coca-Cola crate. We can have the crate for sale and then put other stuff in there. So that might be something that would be a good use of space. I also want to put in some like more expensive items, like this pair of Hoka hiking shoes. I know it doesn't really fit into the theme of like all the other thrifted stuff, but if we could make a good, $50 or $60 sale like this once a month, that would pretty much pay for the whole shelf, and then everything else would be profit. We picked up this vintage giraffe wall thing. It's from 1977. That's kind of a cool, quirky thing to add in there. You guys saw us get this at the Goodwill. It was $4. We got it maybe like a month ago or so. It's really cool because the gears actually work. You can actually ride it like a real bicycle. And then we got this box of these DC like villain cards. We had them in the booth before for $1 a piece, and we sold none of them. I don't think people like DC very much, but it takes up so little space. We can just add that to the shelf. If we have people who just want to come in and grab something cheap to support us, then this is a perfect $1 item. So I will say that I do not expect this shelf to be very profitable. Like the whole goal of this is just to make enough money to cover rent and maybe make an extra couple $100 a month. But that was really the point of the first booth to begin with. Like I never expected it to be something where we made thousands of dollars a month. I just wanted a new creative way to sell stuff, maybe move some stuff that was difficult to ship, and rent a space in a store that's owned by our friends to support them in this business. But it got to a point in the last booth where it was too much to keep up with. Like the double booth is just too big for us. We don't have enough inventory to keep it stocked. We don't have enough time in our schedules to go to the booth, 2, 3, 4 times a week to constantly be adding new inventory and moving stuff around. And you guys always give us really good advice on how to have a successful booth. We just don't have enough time to implement those ideas. It's not something we want to do. Like if you look at a per hour basis, like the money we make per hour we spend on YouTube or per hour we spend on Whatnot, both of those are significantly higher than any amount of money we would make per hour spending on the booth. So it's not something we want to, invest a lot of time into. I just want to go once a week, put some new soap out, add a couple items, pay for rent, make a couple $100 and have that be the thing. And I think this shelf is going to allow us to do that. It's going to allow us to start enjoying the booth process again, because to be completely honest with you guys, for the last couple months, the booth has not been fun. It's something that we've been kind of stressed out about and kind of dreading dealing with. But I think making this move down to a smaller space, a more affordable space, and a space that's just easier to manage and handle the upkeep, I think it's going to be really good. Again, not super profitable, but I think it's going to make it fun again. And if we can make a couple $100 a month, cool. And if we do it for 6 months or a year and it's still not profitable or even losing money, kind of like the last booth was, then we'll reevaluate then at a later date. So overall, I think this is a good move, and I'm excited to see how it pans out. Pans out. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. You're the best, and we'll catch you on the next one.